In this series on how I write, format, and self-publish my Kindle eBooks, in step number 2 of this process, it's time to write your Kindle eBook using Microsoft Word or even a simple Google document like I do. Come on, let me show you how it's done. First, if you have Microsoft Word, let's start with an empty document. Then, I want you to save this document inside your ebook folder. Remember the folder we created in a previous video on how to organize your book files on your computer? You know, your covers, your pages, your interior pages of your paperback book, the printer files, your ebook files, future audiobook files, etc. Now, before you start writing, I want to teach you this one tiny little tip. Control S, save. Save your work as often as you can. Control S, Control S, Control S. As you type, as you work, just Control S your way throughout your whole document. Don't lose anything. Save as often as you can. Save your work. Control S. Now, change the page size of your document to be 5.5 by 8.5 inches. I say this because it's a little intimidating to write a book line after line with 8.5 by 11 inches as your dimensions for your book. It just is. You know, I've been writing a long time, and I know for me, it's been so beneficial to write on these smaller pages than bigger pages. Because when you do, you can kind of see progress fast. Ooh, just wrote for one page, second page, a third page. Versus the 8.5 by 11, it's just too much space. And no, it's just my suggestion. You don't have to do it. I like to do it. It works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Try it. You got nothing to lose. And one more tip. I should have mentioned this when we were changing the dimensions of your ebook, that you're working on, to 5.5 by 8.5 inches, width and height. I also want you to change the margins from 1 inch to 1/2 inch, and then that'll do it. So you got a document you're working on. It's got 1/2 inch margins, 5.5 by 8.5, width, height. You're going to cruise through writing this book, and you're going to feel so much great progress as you go along, just filling each page with your words. Great. Now, start writing. But let me suggest the following sections up front, of your ebook. Here in this book of mine, Where Are You and Where Art Thou? I've got sections like rave reviews, copyright section, disclaimer, acknowledgements, dedication. You don't have to have these sections. The copyright section, yeah. The others, optional, but they're nice to have. Table of contents. If you already have a table of contents in mind, go ahead and write it here. You can always change it as you write your book if you feel changes are due. Later, you'll come back here and you'll link all these sections, chapters, or parts to their respective areas within the book. So the reader can just click on chapter 3 and return to his or her reading. Maybe they finished chapter 7 and they're ready to go to chapter 8. Well, don't make them scroll through the whole book. Just provide a link, and these are bookmarks within the document that they click on, and bam, they shoot right down the page, right through the book, right to where they left off. Kind of cool. Message from the author. For me, I like writing a little message to my reader about why I'm glad they picked up this book or took interest in my ebook. Then, with a little encouragement, I'll do just that and say something like, hey, turn the virtual page and let's get started. Now, you don't have to do anything like that, but I like to do stuff like that. I don't do introductions anymore or prefaces or forwards. I don't do any of that stuff. It's just table of contents, message from me, let's get started. And then at the very end, I have something like summaries and words of encouragement. That's just me. I like to do that. Now, start writing. You can see I've written a lot, and I have several sections up front before I even get into the book, chapters and parts. Sections like, who is this book for? How to use this book? My goals for you? What's my story? Warning. These are creative sections that you might want to include in your book. Anything goes. You don't have to include anything like this, but anything is possible. Write what you want. Then your chapters, or parts in my case, begin. And sections within those chapters or parts start to appear as you write. And here's a tip. When it comes to writing, just write anything, all the time, and get what's inside of you out of you. Write. Right through those writer's block moments. And the floodgates will just open up and you'll be writing smoothly and ever-flowingly, and the stuff just comes out. Remember, you can always clean it up later. Just write anything to get it out of you. Also, reread what you wrote several times so you can either write it better, more clear, tighter, and get rid of fluff, or add words that you just wrote. Many times I would read a paragraph and go, I'd like to insert one word there, or rephrase that, or, take that out. I've been too wordy. I must be tired. I do it all the time. And remember, there's no wrong or right way to write a book, just your way. Consider adding some of these sections in the back of your ebook. Mention your website, other books that you wrote, services you might provide, products you might recommend. Recommend other books that people wrote that you want your reader to know about. It's all up to you, but you have the reader's attention at this moment. Just don't leave them there with the end. Give them something to go do. Action, call to action. Now, let me show you this same ebook inside a Google document. Maybe you don't have or like using Word, but a Google document is your next best option. And again, there are software programs out there where you can write your Kindle ebook in, but I'm just a default kind of guy that likes using Word or Google Docs. Open up program, new document, start writing, borrow old templates. Talk about speed to market. First, access your Google Drive inside your Gmail by clicking on the 9 dots. Find the Google Drive icon, click it, and then click on New. Then click on Google Documents and click Blank Document. Again, proceed to start writing your ebook after you give this document a title, like the title of your book. Then let me show you some of those sections again. Again, borrow what you like. If you see something that stands out in my ebook, take it. I don't care. You can see I have all the same sections in this ebook that I did in the other one that's written in Word. So you can see both of them will work. And the thing with Google Docs is all you're going to do is you're going to save this document. You're going to download it to your computer as a Word doc. So you don't even have to have Microsoft Word. You're just going to convert this Google Doc to a Microsoft Word document, which you can then upload into KDP when you create your new ebook title. So you can see I have all the same sections in this book that I did in the other one. Here's another ebook of mine where the table of contents is linked to each section within the book. Now, in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how to insert bookmarks in your ebook, because it's very important that your table of contents link to those chapters or parts in your book for convenience for the reader's sake. Now, inside this ebook, 251 Dating and Relationship Regrets, you can see I've got images, a few sections up front, and then I list out the 251 plus dating relationship regrets that folks have, just right in order, 1 through 251 plus. In the back of this ebook, I have a few sections that serve like a survey or a questionnaire. And not that they're going to print it out or anything like that, but they might make mental note. This is pretty good. I like this. These questions are good. Or you might have a link to a Google form or a form on your website. Same thing. Again, action, call to action. Get your readers to take some kind of action from your book. All right. Well, once your ebook is written and your images have been inserted properly into your ebook where you want, have it edited. Yeah, we got to edit your manuscript. If you need an editor, just go to Fiverr and look up book editing and peruse through all the editors and their services and just see which one fits your budget. They've got a great track record of previous clients that they've served. You might even have your manuscript edited by more than one editor if you can afford it. So it's always good to have a few people look at your manuscript because, again, tired eyes, lazy nights, you're just like, oh, I don't feel like writing, and what comes out is not that good. It's good to have somebody kind of look over your stuff and kind of tighten it up a little bit. And again, you might even tell editors, hey, I'm only looking for a light edit. I don't want you to go in there and change stuff around and reword my phrases or how I speak, because I might write like I speak. Just tell these people, I want a light edit. Look for obvious errors, punctuation, spelling, grammar, run-on sentences, anything is just an obvious, a light edit. And you might just start with that. Your first edit job is a light edit. And then you might have a second one go a little deeper. It's all up to you. Okay, so writing your book in either Word or a Google Doc will make it nice and easy to share your ebook with your editor. When you buy those other software programs where they say, oh, we'll format your book perfectly for Kindle. And well, that software is on your computer. How are you going to give the editor your document, your manuscript, when it's written in some kind of third-party software program? Most editors have Microsoft Word. Most editors have access to Gmail. And of course, they will when you give them the link. Again, a plus for just keeping it in Word or a Google Doc when you write your ebook. Good stuff. Okay, once your manuscript has been edited, it's time to upload it inside your KDP account as a new ebook that you added to your account. And now before I show you how that's done, I want you to check out the next couple of videos on how to properly format your ebook. I only got a few lessons for you, but they're quick videos that will give you an isolated learning experience per task as to how important it is to learn these very few formatting tasks to ensure your ebook displays properly on people's phones, tablet, or some other portable reading device. Come on, let's check out those videos.